How's it going, guys? We are back in another video here, and this video I did actually last year as well. These are top 10 legends slash icons I'd like to see in the next NHL 23. We're about a month out from NHL 23, so I thought it'd be a good time to talk about this, and hopefully we get some new additions to the alumni slash icons. So I believe the only thing before I really get into this is, guys, for the most part, EA only takes from the alumni list that they're given. I'm not sure if they actually go out of their way and can actually ask certain players to be in the game. So unfortunately, that could be something that, you know, holds them back from using these guys potentially. But I decided it'd still be fun to do, and it'd still be fun to look up these guys that really deserve to be in the game, all right? So let's start it off here with the first player here. And for me, I mean, again, there's some bias, obviously, in this first one, and he comes in from the New Jersey Devils. It is Patrick Elias. Yes, okay, yes, there's bias. I understand. I'm a Devils fan. Of course I want Patrick Elias. And I know there's some Devils fans that watch my videos. They're going to say, Henreek, please make it happen. I want it to happen desperately. Patrick Elias was one of my favorite players growing up and watching. So, yeah, I love Elias so much. He's absolutely amazing. He's deserving. Had a fantastic career, 1,000 points. It's not like he's just some random guy that had 400 points. Elias would deserve to be in the game. You know, you can say he's not a legend, but he's a great player. Had a successful career, 2 championships. Had very, very great seasons. All-star a couple times here as well. Actually, many times. I'm not sure. I don't know why it says. I'm not sure why. Because some of these years I know he definitely made. Oh no, he did make it All-star. There you go. Okay, he did make it. But yeah, no, he was a great player, Elias. I mean, he was a player that, you know, a lot of Devils fans appreciated a lot. He was very good defensively as well. Didn't really get as much respect as maybe he would deserve, but Elias was fantastic. So, yeah, Elias was one of my favorite players to watch play. He was very good in his prime. And again, his offensive numbers are not as high as maybe they could have been due to the fact that he played on a defensive team. All right, so moving on to the next player here, and this next player here, I mean, this is a no-brainer. I mean, this is an absolute no-brainer. This is a guy that should have been in the game for a very, very long time. One of the greatest, I mean, people still believe that he is, greatest defenseman of all time. It's Pavel Bure. I mean, Pavel Bure is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, look at him. It's pretty insane that he only played 10 years in the NHL. He's a Hall of Famer. That takes a lot. To play only 10 years and end up being a first ballot Hall of Famer, that's insane. That is absolutely insane. So Pavel Bure, I mean, he'd be so fun to use, and I think a lot of people could appreciate him. I mean, a Hall of Fame, 2 cups, Calder, 9 All-Stars, 8 Norris trophies, 2 Art Rosses, 2 Conn Smythes, 3 Hart trophies for a defenseman. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Won the Ted Lindsay Award as well. I mean, he's having 100-point seasons as a defenseman. I mean, come on. I know it's back in the day where scoring, yes, it was easier, but still, that is absolutely ridiculous, and that should not be discredited at all. Pavel Bure, I mean, that's just absolutely outrageous. I mean, look at him. All-star pretty much every year. And every season he played, no matter what, he was always point per game, except for his first 3 seasons. Okay. But again, that's for a defenseman. Keep that in mind. He had 124 points. He had 102 assists. I mean, come on. This guy played like it's like modern day NHL back then. It's pretty ridiculous. So, yeah, Pavel Bure, I mean, come on. He's absolutely deserving of being in there. All right, next up. Again, I'm not going to, I know everyone's not going to agree with all these players. There's going to be people like, hey, why not him? So this guy, very great player. I know, you know, maybe not, you know, as good as some other guys on the list, but Peter Bondra, great player here as well. A Capitals, I guess you could say a Capitals great. I mean, he played a very long time for them, and it was a great player for them. He had 500 goals. I mean, that's impressive. 500 goals. You can say the points are kind of low, but 500 goals, it's not easy to do regardless. I mean, if it was that easy, everyone would have had 500 goals, right? So, yeah, Peter Bondra, great player. I mean, yeah, I mean, he would be cool to have, honestly. He'd be a cool player to have. Had a lot of, wow, he had some great seasons. 52 goal season there, 52. He was playing well. I mean, he had a great career. Peter Bondra certainly is deserving of being in the game as an alumni slash icon player. So, yeah, I mean, Peter Bondra, he's a great option. I don't think he's ever actually been in an NHL game. And some of these guys have been. Obviously, Elias was recently because he was just playing. Pavel Bure was never in, I don't believe, as well, so that's unfortunate. So, yeah, that's what we got to say about Peter Bondra. Next up is another one that I feel like, I mean, he hasn't played that long ago, so, I mean, we have played Hockey Ultimate with him in it, but never as an icon slash legend player, but this guy is so deserving, and it's from not the Detroit Red Wings. It is Daniel Alfredsson, all right? Daniel Alfredsson, I mean, now that would be a cool player to have in the game. Daniel Alfredsson, 5'11", Senators legend. I mean, I feel like the Senators have really no one that's like a legendary player for them in their alumni team in hot, which is unfortunate because Alfredsson, I mean, he should be. I mean, Alfredsson is amazing. So, yeah, no, he's deserving of a lot of honors. I mean, he's awesome, Alfredsson. He's awesome. I mean, he's had a fantastic career. So, I mean, there's really not much more to say about that. I mean, Alfredsson had a heck of a career. Lady Bing, many years, many-time All-Star here as well. He's awesome. It says one-time All-Star, which is not true, right? Was he really only All-Star team once? That's pretty crazy to believe, right? That he only made he made the All-Star team multiple times. Yeah, I'm not sure why it only says once up there. But, yeah, you know, he won the Calder, King Clancy Award, and won the Mark Messier Award there as well. Alfredsson had a heck of a career and is absolutely deserving of being in the game as a legend/icon player. I mean, who doesn't love Alfredsson? I mean, I can't believe he actually played on the Red Wings this last year. I can relate to Senators fans who feel the pain of seeing their great players play 1 year for no reason with another team. Like Brodeur had to go to the Blues. Like, why Brodeur? Come on, Marty. You didn't have to do that. You just didn't have to do that, Marty. All right, so Daniel Alfredsson, that's another guy that definitely should be in the game. And here's another guy that was in the game previously as a legend, and I know so many people would love to see him back in the game, myself included, and one of maybe my favorite players I ever used in the game that wasn't a current day player. It's Pavel Bure. I mean, who didn't love Pavel Bure? This guy was so fast and so broken back in the day, because I felt back in the old NHLs like 17, 18, speed was so different, and honestly, when a guy had a really crazy speed, you felt it, and Bure was that guy. There was not many cars that felt as fast as Bure in the game. I don't know what it was about him, but he was unreal. 5'10", I mean, one of the greatest, you could say, honestly, like his prime years, one of the greatest goal scorers for sure in the NHL. He just couldn't stay healthy, unfortunately, but when he did stay healthy, you could see he put up the years, 60 goals, almost 4 times. I mean, pretty much he did, you could argue. I mean, that's pretty much a 60-goal season, but yeah, I mean, Hall of Famer, 779 points in 702 games. I mean, Bure, legendary hockey player. Canucks, great. I mean, there's really not much more to say about Pavel Bure. He was very, very good. So, yeah, I mean, Pavel Bure, unfortunately, could just not stay healthy. It's sad. I mean, it's sad when guys just can't stay healthy. Their careers are so potentially just much greater. But you know what? He still had a great career. You cannot deny that at all right? So, Pavel Bure is next up on the list. And next up on the list now is another great player. Unfortunately, a man that has just passed away recently as well, but a player that was also back, I believe, in NHL 17 and 18 as well. Here he is, Mike Bossy, also one of the greatest goal scorers of all time. I mean, you could make the case that he could have really challenged the record, honestly. Like, he could have, in the end, if he played his whole career out, he could have legitimately had the most goals for it, easily. He could have more than Gretzky in the end, because he scored just goals at will. I mean, he scored 60 goals every year in his career, pretty much, besides legitimately, I mean, because you can basically argue that's a 60-goal season. So he scored it besides 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons. He scored 60 goals every other season. That's absolutely ridiculous. What a player. What a great, I mean, rest in peace to a legendary hockey player. What a man. And that's just, I don't know what more to say. He'd be absolutely so awesome to be in the game. I understand if, maybe because he just did pass away as well, so maybe EA wouldn't want to, add him right away if they had him. I mean, I get it. That makes sense. Respect to the family and everything. So, but Bossy in general would be an awesome card to have in the game. So, yeah, again, rest in peace to Mike Bossy, though. All right, next up, though, this guy is another one that's been requested for a very long time, and it should just be in the game. I mean, a lot of these guys should just be in the game, right? But next up, it is Sergey Fedorov. I mean, Fedorov was a cool player and a fun player to watch. I didn't really remember watching him too much because he pretty much retired when I really first started getting into hockey, like a lot. So Sergey Fedorov, 6'2", Red Wings, great. I mean, Hall of Famer, 3 Stanley Cup championships. All right, so he's on the all-rookie team, 2-time Selke winner, the Hart Trophy winner, also a Ted Lindsay winner, multiple-time All-Star. I mean, what a player. I mean, what a player. I mean, again, 1,179 points in 1,248 games. I mean, you cannot deny those numbers are absolutely off the charts and ridiculous. So, Yes, I love Sergey Fedorov, and he would be an amazing card to add into the game. Hopefully, EA finds a way to get him in the game, all right? So, next up now, got to show some love to every position here as well. Can't just have it all being forwards or defensemen. So, we got to throw in a goalie here, and again, most people could actually say that this is their best goalie of all time, and it's Dominic Hasek, the Dominator. What a player. Thankfully got a Stanley Cup with Detroit there. Actually got 2. What the? I didn't even know he won. Oh, because he won in 02. Then he also won when he was, as well in 08, right? So, pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, Dominic Hasek, what a legendary goaltender. I mean, what a player. What can you say? 2-time championship, 6-time Vezina, 3-time Jennings, 2-time Hart Trophy for a goaltender. I mean, that's not easy to win the Hart Trophy as a goalie, especially back in the day when all these great players were playing like Gretzky, Lemieux, right? So very impressive for Hasek. So 100%. He used to be in the game as well as I think as recent as NHL 18 was his last one, so, or maybe even 19. I really don't remember, but Hasek was awesome. So yeah, hopefully they get him back in the game at some point as well. Moving on to the next one here. I don't believe he's in the NHL right now. I mean, unless I'm going crazy. I'm going to double check before I actually say this player. But last check, I know his brother definitely is. So let's see if I am wrong. And I am correct. He is not in the game currently. So this guy should definitely be in the game. I think I mentioned it in my video actually last year as well. It was one of my dad's favorite players of all time growing up. It's PhilEsposito. PhilEsposito, what a player. Really, what a player. Had an amazing career. 1,590 points. I mean, honestly, one of the greatest players that has ever played that's not in NHL. I mean, I'm not going to lie, NHL, they have most great and legendary players, but he's definitely one that's kind of surprising that's not in the game. So, PhilEsposito absolutely must be in the game. I mean, he is a ridiculous player. Hall of Famer, 2-time Cup winner, 8-time All-Star, 5-time Art Ross, 2-time Hart Trophy, 2-time, I guess, Ted Lindsay was called the Pearson back in the day, but I mean, he should be definitely, there's no excuse. 717 goals. I mean, that's ridiculous. He's top 5 in goals all time. So yeah, no, he should 100% be one. So hopefully he gets added into the game very, very soon. All right. Last but not least, though, to round it off. All right. To round it off here. I mean, again, it's tough to really mention all these guys. I mean, there's just so many amazing players that you could really make the case that deserve to be in the game. I mean, there's just so many amazing players. So this one here, you can make the case is not really, that big of a deal, I guess, that he's not in it. But I mean, he's a great player as well, though. He had a great career. I mean, like I said, just double checking here that he's not in the game. I feel like they might have added him low key, but oh no, they actually did it. They actually did him in 22. So interesting. I guess I was actually wrong on that. But I mean, at this point, last but not least, I mean, you could really make the case for a lot of other guys here. So, I mean, it really just comes down to, who you're feeling, right? Who is really the best player that, is not in the game. I mean, and again, there's a lot of just options here. And for me, I would say it would be in the game here. Ron Francis. I know I kind of scrambled there and I kind of was trolling a little bit there at the end, guys. But Ron Francis should be in the game for sure. Ron Francis, 6'3". I mean, Ron Francis is a really great player. So it would make a lot of sense for him to be in the game. I mean, he had a legendary career, 1,798 points. I mean, unreal. Hall of Famer. So I don't see why not. I think he deserves it. Absolutely. I mean, 549 goals, 1,200 assists. I mean, that's amazing playmaking ability. So, yeah, I think Ron deserves it. So, yeah, I mean, that's what I think. Who did I leave off? Who did I forget? I'm curious. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you do leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Your comment down below who you want to see as an icon/legend in NHL 23. Make sure you follow me on Twitch, Henreek, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Henreek with 3 E's, and join Discord, talk to me, followers, and subscribers to the channel. And I'll see you all in the next video.